Yo, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another Minnesota Twins win. That's right, they get the win in 11 innings over the Padres. This is actually game 2 of the series. I didn't make a video yesterday, and that's okay because they lost, and I really had nothing to say about it because I was at the Brewers game. So this was a good win, though, by the Twins in extra innings. We're going to talk about it. Still not the most pretty game. I tell you what, this team is still far from perfect, but at least they're keeping their head above water, right? That's what this is. And it's funny. Like, I have been negative about the Twins before, saying that they need to be better and that they should be better. This is a good Twins team. Pitching-wise, they have been really, really good. Hitting-wise, they are really in spurts. But this is a good team. They just have not shown it yet. They've kept their head above water. A couple of years ago, right? A couple of years ago, we would be saying this team keeping their head above water is amazing, right? So I know they're still in first place. Like, that's the point that I'm trying to make with this. That's what we should be happy about. And I'm sorry that I'm so negative sometimes. Tonight, let's not be as negative. But there are a few problems that I think we do need to address. We won't start with those, though. We'll start with the Twins win. Alex Kiriloff with a walk-off single in the 11th. Both teams actually scored with a runner on second in the 10th, so this game was 2-2 going into extras, and then they both scored a run. So that's scary, watching San Diego score a run first in the top half, but at least having the ability to answer the same way. That's really great. And then, of course, Alex Kiriloff with a walk-off single. It's really good. I think that Kiriloff did this. He's had a pretty good night. He had a pretty good night tonight, 2 for 4. But also, he has done okay. Maybe better than expected. Maybe just as well as expected since he came back from injury. And like Polanco, right? Polanco has dipped a little bit, only batting .278 now, but he started out really, really hot. So at least these guys are contributing still and early in their time, like coming off of injury or what it may be, right? So really, really good there that both of those guys contributed when they needed to. Alex Kiriloff, of course, tonight and as of late. Another big moment, though, tonight was Kyle Farmer coming back. Definitely need to mention this before we get into the rest of this game. Was Kyle Farmer was hit in the face, right in the jaw against, I believe it was the White Sox a couple of weeks ago. Missed a lot of time, but he was back tonight and also had a hit. So really great for him to get back this quickly and then do well in his first big league game back from that. So I mean, like, there was a time when I think I even probably said it, is like, I didn't want to speculate too much, but we could have not seen him again this year. So awesome to see him back, and again doing well in his first at bats back. So let's talk about the rest of this game. The Twins got on the board early, and it was Max Kepler. He was not the leadoff hitter tonight, actually. It was Buxton, then Kepler. I don't know if we've ever seen that, where Kepler is the 2. Have we ever seen Kepler as the 2 hitter? Ever? Like, wow. But he hit a home run tonight in the first inning. It was the 6th home run of the year. So that's really great. Went 415 feet. Really, really cool there. Like, I want Kepler to do well. I know we talked about trading him a long time at the beginning of the season and everything. I want him to do well, though. And I'm not going to say he's done the best, but and I'm not even going to say he won the Twins the game tonight, but he did get a home run. And that's something you have to celebrate. He has done okay this year, at least as of late, right? Like, that's the problem with this Twins offense, is sometimes they're good, sometimes they're really bad, but it's just so much inconsistency, right? Kepler was batting 0 for his first, 12 at-bats. Then he got a couple of home runs. As of late, he hit 2 home runs against Cleveland. Now he hits another one. That's 3 in the last week. That's pretty good. It's just so inconsistent, right? Because he's only batting .223. It's so inconsistent. But he went 2 for 5 tonight with his home run. Also scored 3 runs. So there you go. That's awesome. That's awesome. So really big night for Kepler. On the other hand, the third inning, they scratched a run across as well, and it was a Carlos Correa double. Now, I do want to mention this. Not that it was game-changing, but Carlos Correa was thrown out at the plate, I think, by Tatis, and it was 100 miles an hour, if I saw that on Twitter correctly. 100-mile-an-hour fastball coming through the air to home plate, and he beat Correa by a mile. It wasn't a really great slide either, so I'm going to dog on Correa until he continues to show that he can do things for this team. Because, like, tonight he went 1 for 3 with 2 walks. That's productive, but until he does that consistently, he's still batting 189. Do you realize that? 189, okay? This is a former number 1 pick, World Series champion. Was he the MVP a couple of years? I don't think so, but regardless, that's not the point. He's a good player. We signed him for a lot of money. He should be doing better than a 189 average, and until then, I don't care that he hits an RBI double every game. I mean, I do, but like, if it's going 1 for 5 with an RBI double and they still lose, that's bad. So I'm still going to dog on Correa, and his tweet today was right. His tweet today saying, like, I would boo me too if I paid a lot of money to come watch me play, based on him getting $200,000 or $200 million, right? So I'm still gonna boo Correa. I never really booed him. I did because I didn't like him as a player that much coming from Houston. But regardless, I think he makes this team better, so I'm gonna cheer him on. But yeah, like, I wouldn't boo him now, but it's just like, yeah, I would boo him if I wanted to, you know. I just don't like Correa that much. He has not impressed me so far this year. So, like I said, going 1 for 3 with a double tonight is great. Helps the team. But until I see consistency out of it, it is not going to impress me that much. Donovan Solano also had an RBI single in his pinch hit appearance. And then he got to come in for first base for Gallo. One thing about Gallo in this game, he made a circus catch in left field. Coming on, had the glove on the ball, snow-coned it, hit the ground. His glove hit the ground. The ball stayed in it, and then it popped straight up. He caught it with his bare hand. So he snow-coned it and then ended up catching it with his bare hand. Not good at all, but made a cool SportsCenter, or at least the front page of MLB, for the night. So good job by Gallo to at least rein that in. Although he went over 3 tonight with a 182 average on the season. So, you know, that doesn't really make up for it. But the rest of the guys, Buxton 0 for 4. He's still batting 225 at the top of the lineup. So is Kepler. But Kepler had a good night, like we said. Correa 189. Kiriloff is batting 333. He's only played, 6 games or so. So, it is what it is there. But a multi-hit night. Polanco 1 for 4. Farmer 1 for 3. Castro 0 for 1 with his pinch hit appearance. He's batting 186. That's not good. Gallo 182 with another 0 for 3 night. That sucks. Vasquez 0 for 4. He's down to 214. Taylor is 0 for 2 tonight, 242 average. I hope he stays there, but he hasn't been great. And then Gordon 1 for 2 as well. He's batting 164. The Twins went 4 for 10 with runners in scoring position. They left 8 guys on base. That's still not good. But they won the game tonight. They had 9 hits, so can't really complain that much. On the pitching side of things, I know I talked a ton about hitting, but on the pitching side of things, Pablo Lopez did great tonight. 6 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, and 8 strikeouts. That is good stuff. He did walk 4 guys. We're not going to talk about that as much, but he pitched really well and only threw 84 pitches, which is not a ton. Like, comparatively, for what we've seen of him already this year, throwing in the upper 90s, that is a little less than that. And like I said, struggled a little bit, gave up the run. Like, probably could have been pulled, but he pitched good up until then. And like I said, only gave up the run in the 7th inning. Stewart came in, got the last 2 outs. Really good for him. He's had a great season. I don't know where he came from, but he has had a good season so far. Lopez did give up a run in the 8th inning, but that was the losing run, so technically it's a blown save. It's his 3rd blown save of the year. Like I said, though, you're not going to be perfect. He's still got a 1.69 ERA. Can't blame him too much, but he gave up 2 hits. Gave up a walk. Did not look great tonight. So, I don't know. He hasn't looked super, super great all year. I think they're overusing him, to be completely honest. Same with Duran. Duran did pitch 2 innings tonight, which is kind of weird. But Gave up a run. It was on an error, so it doesn't really matter. That was in the 10th inning, but Griffin Jax came in. Again, not pretty. 2 walks, but no hits and no runs, which is most important. And the Twins got it walk-off in the 11th. So really not the best pitching performance outside of Pablo Lopez, but Pablo Lopez keeps them in games for the most part. And that is what you need to do as your ace, right? He was our opening day starter. So that's what you need to do is get deep into games. And when you go into extra innings like this and they want to use Duran for 2 innings, he's probably not going to be available for tomorrow, maybe the next day. Like, that's what you need to do is use your starters. And I think I did mess up. He threw 98 pitches tonight. That was my bad. I was looking at Lugo's line, not Pablo. So 98 pitches, that's more on par. Definitely could have been taken out there, and he gave up the run. So I just want to correct that really quickly. But still a great outing by Pablo Lopez. And the bullpen did what they needed to do. Wasn't pretty, but again, the Twins offense bailed them out just a touch, right? They did enough. The bullpen kept them in it for the offense to do just enough, and tonight they did. They did enough to get the win in extra innings. So that's the Twins win. Griffin Jax got his 2nd win of the season. I don't think I mentioned that, but that's the game. Hopefully they can get the series tomorrow, and then we'll go into a nice little weekend trip. So we'll see what happens, but Twins get a win. They're still on top of the division. That's what matters. We'll see you tomorrow.